All right, all my little YouTube motherfuck faces. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Validation Boy live stream. June 25th, 2018. At a nice medium pace. You know what I'm saying? You know, my channel is technically over 3 years old now. Since, about this month in 2015, I think is when it started. Yeah, didn't even realize it. I had my 1-year anniversary of live streaming a while back. That was a whole lot of fun, But there's anniversaries abound, anniversaries all over the place. I don't even know. Maybe my channel started in April, or maybe it started in June. I don't fucking remember. Shit. It started in May. Who knows, man? Who really fucking knows? Maybe February, right? February. Doesn't matter. Been here for a while. Run through a gamut of conspiracy theories. Talked about all kinds of subjects. The latest, most relevant subject, even though it's an old topic, it should have been covered probably a long fucking time ago. There's this whole blood over intent thing. What a shame. This group of people out there that's just being deceived. A group of super, super lonely people that just want to belong. They just want to belong to something. And the whole church scene in their town probably sucks, But they are very spiritual. They are very religious, So what do they end up doing? They end up turning their back on God. The Father, Jesus Christ, their creator, the God who made all this. Be it hell or be it just life on earth, whichever it is, I'm pretty sure it's just life on earth, and then afterwards you can either end up in heaven or hell. And I think that those who are bound for hell, they definitely want more people to come with them. They hope maybe it'll diffuse their pain a little if it's spread out amongst a larger group of souls. But I don't think so. God created Satan. Oh yeah, that's right. The Father created Satan. And Satan serves a purpose. If you look in the book of Job, you see Satan approach the Father. And the Father says, "What have you been up to? What the hell have you been doing, you little shit?" And he's just, running to and fro in the fucking earth like the scumbag that I am. God said, "You know what? I want you to test Job to his very limits. You can do everything that you possibly can to him except kill him. The one thing you cannot do is kill him. And I want to test his faith." And Satan said, "Yes, sir," and went and did God's bidding. It's the cruel, ugly truth of it. Okay? But Satan is not God. Satan is God's little bitch. Okay? Always has been. And there's this group of blood over intent people that want Satan to rule over them. In fact, there's one guy who kind of, I guess, started the whole thing, or at least his channel is what made it popular, the whole blood over intent thing. Quasi-luminous, and he was talking about all this stuff on poster boards. He was putting together all kinds of crazy Captain Crunch and, Lego My Ego and, Connect 4 and Monopoly the board game and you name it. Any random thing that can be found in any suburban American household. He was taking them, cutting them up, putting them on poster boards, saying that it all meant that there was a hole at the center of the flat Earth disk that shoots out green light over, Aurora Borealis, all that bullshit. And like Evil Reflection says, we've never seen no fucking Aurora Borealis. None of y'all have. So how do you know it's fucking real? It's probably not. And that they're going to go there and then they're going to jump inside this hole. And, I mean, the whole thing is so fucked. I've been trying to keep track of everything. But yeah, you all know the fucking story about Blood Over Intent. It's this ridiculous thing, and they hate God. You know, I made some comments on some of their small channels, you know, that are affiliated with. I looked at some of their videos, made small comments, and they get so pissed. They write back. They're like, "Fuck you, fuck God." You know, they say that like over and over. It's like, man, how lonely are you? How destitute? How does it make you feel when you're sitting there by yourself after you wrote that and you pressed send and you read it back to yourself? Do you realize you're saying like fuck you to your creator? The one that loved you enough to give you conscious awareness of the fact that you're a soul that then has a choice to be with him or fall to, you know, the wayside in the gutter, you know, with Satan, basically. Well, anyways, there's this guy and he claims that he himself is Satan. Oh man. Okay, and his channel used to be hugely popular. And then all of a sudden one day it was gone. I don't know what happened. I don't really care. Maybe YouTube took it down. Maybe he did something. I don't really know what the story was. But it went from 50,000 subscribers down to 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers overnight. And right around the same time, I think his Blood Over Intent shit really started kicking into full gear. I could be wrong about that, but it doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. And then there's this other channel, Paradise, Flat Earth Paradise, right? Who has since skyrocketed to the top of the fucking pops, you know, for Blood Over Intent. And he talks about it. He doesn't talk about it the same way that Satan does, you know, self-declared Satan boy over there does. But he's the big dog now in that whole scene. And he's mostly just, you know, just steaming pile of bullshit after steaming pile of bullshit. You know, it's almost like him and a couple of the other Blood Over Intent people read some guru books or saw some guru documentaries or some shit from like the late 60s or something, maybe the mid 60s, late 60s, and they're just emulating it. It's like they don't even take it all that seriously. It's like they're just working from some kind of a playbook with the quotes and everything, like the whole logic of it and their answers for everything and all their theories and all that shit. It's all just from these playbooks from mid 60s gurus, you know, mid 60s fucking witches and shit. Same people that brought you shit like veganism, you know, same people. Okay. And so now the Paradise is the one that represents, right? He represents the whole thing. But here's the thing. The dude right now is currently caught up in his little ride of remembrance or some shit like that, where he's touring around. He's basically Jake the Fake 2.0. Basically is what he is right now at this point. Because he's on a couch bum tour, right? And he's on this couch tour, okay? And he wants to live out this whole rock star life. And I'm thinking that he's thinking, oh, I'm young, I better do this now. I better go sow my wild oats or something like that, you know, coming of age kind of a thing. And what it is that all his little guru fuckery, cuckery, and fucking gold-plated vagina fucking yeast worship and shit, all it's done is giving him the chance to go on his little fucking couch tour, right? But the thing is, he's not staying on couches. He's sleeping in dirty, dirty beds, okay? And I'm sure it's a big deal for him too, because, you know, check out his hat, okay? And check out his little wrist accessories, and check out having your hair just so into your Jennifer Aniston hat, you know, looking like Jennifer Aniston from fucking 1998 and shit, okay? With your accessories and shit, and your vests, and your European bags and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That's okay. That's style. Chicks dig that, I guess. Some chicks out there do want some kind of beta, you know, fuckboy. And it's like, I'm surprised that he's able to, you know, pull off such a scheme. Seeing as what a beta cuck the guy really truly is, obviously. You know, he's like, what, 90 pounds soaking wet? You know, he's fucking, full of just fucking tons and tons of hot air and shit like that. Anything you say, he can try to fucking just reverse it on you and use inversion on you. So he studied up on his little tricks of the trade. He ain't hyper intelligent. He's not. Listen to his pacing. Look at the fact that he never comes up with a single original idea of his own, ever. In all his many, many, many fucking videos. It's all just old borrowed shit from the mid 60s. Fucking guru crap and shit, okay? I'm surprised. But then again, I'm surprised, that he's able to pull off this scheme with all these dirty dirtfoots and shit that he's staying with. And like the thing is that what it is that his payment, it's easy though, because it's easy for him though, because it's all 2s and 3s. Okay. And like he's giving him the dirty D. Okay. And that's his payment for letting him crash there and feeding him for a couple days. Then he goes to the next one. He's putting them all up on YouTube. And like every girl that he goes and sees next, they all realize that he just visited that girl and just visited that girl and just visited that girl and shit. And see, the thing is that in someone like that, in their own mind, they think they're pulling off some kind of like man's man, some kind of alpha scheme, but really they're like a super, super zeta, because the thing is that what they are seeking is validation from every single one of those females. They are complete and utter worshipers of the GPV. He is like the ultimate slave cuckboy. He's like a pickup artist, That's what he is. That's what he's doing. And pickup artists are the ultimate betas. They think they're alphas. They're total betas because they live their entire life. They go on entire road trips for the sake of experiencing GPVs. A whole bunch of different dirty GPVs. And I'm going to link to his latest friend that he's staying with. And she claims that she is fucking Gaia. They both claim that she's Gaia. She is the spirit of the entire earth. This female that he's staying with for the next 2-3 days before he goes to the next dirty female's house. She's the Mother Earth. Okay, just take a look at the video and tell me what you guys think about that. Remember me saying that, and go take a look at the video when I finally link it below later on. Just go ahead and check that out. Okay, just remember I said that and check it out. There might be a ton of little blue pills involved, and it's so funny because for a man to be a blue-pilled man, that means that they're beta cucks. They take that blue pill. They worship at the altar of the GPV. They live their entire life trying to satiate the insatiable, okay, and submitting to the will of a non-self-aware fucking demon, basically, in most cases, okay. We remember Lucy, crying when he left her on the beginning of his Ride to Remembrance tour. Remember her crying about it. But she cries about everything all the time. Then we remember the Muff hookup on the mountaintop in the satanic black priest outfits, Church of Satan and all that, hating God, hating the Patrix, the matriarchy, and him just going right along with all that bullshit and going all up in bedpost notch, 500. Okay. Here's the thing. These blood over intent people, okay, I'm not even going to include that guy anymore in the whole group because he seems completely separate from it. There's that guy who has adopted it on, and I'm sure that Quasi and them are really, really happy about that. But, from Quasi down, it's a whole different crazy ass, basically almost a cult people. Like there's the Jaguar Queen released the Kraken and shit. Wow. There's the fucking there's the Hercules Boofer. He doesn't even speak English all that well. You need to lay off the fucking while you're making videos, bro. Okay, I know it's a big thing over in that country, but you need to lay off of it while you're trying to make videos. We can't understand you. Sometimes it sounds like you're fucking falling asleep. Okay. There's so many, and they're all so extreme. They're all quite different than Paradise and shit, you know, who's adopted it and used it as content, you know. Um, and it's like when you see Paradise and the Muff Muff on the mountaintop, it looks like they don't even believe themselves. And when you see Paradise with Gaia, Mother Earth, you know, they don't even believe themselves. It's all very, very awkward. I left a comment on this thing, you know, and of course he deleted it or hid it or whatever you do, because I looked at it again, you know, from a side channel, and fucking my comment ain't there. So they don't. It's like I was saying, it's like guru shit from a book or from a documentary from the 60s or something, and just repeating after it, and it's all fake. At this point, I'm starting to think, damn man, maybe fucking Paradise is actually like super, super satire. You know, I'm pulling Tim Osmond, but actually maybe it might actually be true about someone. He says that about me. He obviously doesn't think that that's true about me. Tim Osmond, he obviously doesn't think that I'm satire and shit. And I don't think he's satire, but we say, you know, we jab that at each other. He started it, you know, but we do use that jab against each other. But, you know, it almost looks like Paradise actually might be fucking satire, because there's no fucking way, dude. There's just no fucking way. There's no way, dude, that this person exists and shit. And that there's that many subscribers, and then all this stuff that goes on. Like, I mean, but then again, it is totally believable, right? Because look at the level of grossness that things are operating on. But anyways, okay. So, okay, they don't believe themselves. Okay, same thing with okay, there's this fucking self-declared creature, self-declared androgyne. Okay? So, if y'all get the hint, it's basically admitting that it is, you know, a you know what, okay? And it's called Venus 14. Okay? Don't get tricked, okay? It calls itself an androgyne. I guess I'll link that one below proudly. And it interviews Quasi, okay? And Quasi is completely incoherent. Let's say Venus 14, okay, she tries to ask him a question about demonic possession. People are worried that they're going to get possessed by demons. She tries to play the journalist role, okay, for some reason. I don't know where. It's like this series of videos she just released where it's him and her like on a Discord or on a Hangout, and then she like put it into segments and then uploaded it on her channel. She tries to ask him a question. So what do you have to say to people who are scared about being possessed by demonic entities? And then he just talks for like 10 minutes straight without even answering that question. And then he goes, you should be so lucky to be possessed by a demon. And then he starts talking about drinking, or how his wife went to some kind of church and got the wafers and then soaked them in her period blood, which he then proudly ate. And that she's actually pulling the strings on him. And that everyone involved in the entire, you know, B.O.I scene is really at the beck and call of Satan's alleged wife. I don't know of the existence of Satan's wife. I've never seen fucking Quasi's wife, or, you know, I'm not doubting it. I'm not doubting that that's true at all. But I've never seen this person. Okay. I don't know. How did he ever even have 50,000 or whatever the fuck he had? Maybe 100,000 at some point. How did that even happen? Was that just pure sock accounts? Was that bought and paid for? I mean, it's true you can buy subscribers, right? Did he just go too far with it? And it brings into question, like, okay, other flat earth people and other like truth people. There's those of us that are in there's people that are in the under 100 category. And then there's people that are in the 2, 3, 400, you know, and then you get to like the 1,000. Then you get into, you know, maybe 2,500. And then that's about it. Anything above 2,500, well, I don't know. Star Gods has like 7,000 or 8,000. That's believable because he's been around since fucking 08 or 06, excuse me. He's been around since 06. So that's actually believable. And he has tons and tons and tons of content with all different kinds of subjects on all different kinds of conspiracy things. So over last 12 years, if you were looking up conspiracy theories on YouTube, eventually you're going to get linked to a Star Gods video because he's got hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of videos on every subject you can imagine. But other than that, though, people that are up above those kinds of numbers, they're probably bought them. It's very, very highly fucking likely that is completely bought and paid for. I'm not saying Quasi bought his own subs. I'm saying maybe he was gifted those subs. Or maybe he was at the right place at the right time, popped off a couple really key videos that linked up to something the right way, and everyone was curious, and they watched them, and he just blew the fuck up, got really fortunate, and then kept pumping out content like a madman, which he did. There was a point there where he went month after month after month, uploading 15 to 30 videos a day for months and shit. You all remember that. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember that. So maybe that's how, but I don't know. It looks like this Venus character, this Venus entity, self-declared androgyne entity, is uncomfortable and doesn't even believe. I think maybe they might even be trying to find a way to maybe get rid of Quasi. It looks like she almost resented him. You could tell by her facial expressions. The fact that she's just like, sure, basically, giving him the, okay, yeah, I asked you this question, and here you go, fucking ranting and claiming that you're God and that you're Satan and that everyone's gonna have to bow to you, and that you're gonna fuck everybody you're gonna literally fuck everybody, and that you're gonna sit in gallons or oceans of blood, lakes of blood of all the people that you fucked and raped to death and all your children and all that shit, whatever fucking shit you're talking about. And when I heard this interview, I haven't even listened to any Quasi content lately, but when I heard this interview and I heard and saw him, it all seemed a little theatrical, but at the same time, it all seemed like a little bit like, I almost am kind of starting to feel bad for him. The people around him are kind of like taking it over. I don't know, like the Venus character seems to want to distance himself maybe a little after that, and then or something. I'm not sure, and then Paradise has kind of taken over in the numbers department, and it's taken it to all these crazy places, and it's talking about black hole suns and all this shit, and intermingling all this other, pseudo spirituality, fucking demonic shit, intertwining with it. And it's almost like Quasi has been rendered obsolete in his own thing that he started. The creator of the program just gets booted eventually, and they just hijacked it from him. I'm really good at reading people's expressions and sensing their shit, sensing what's really going on, really truly observing and listening to them. And, so many times in the past have I made these crazy declarations about people, about like deep-rooted, emotional decisions that they're making, on these broadcasts and on these videos, and times you see people, YouTube content creators. And the people, I don't know. I'm not even going to go there. Anyway, so you can tell by these people's face that they don't really believe anymore. Or they believe, yeah, but they don't really need him that much anymore. And at this point, he might just be, I don't know. Relegated to, royal lapdog. I'm not sure. Thing is, the Venus character, though, is a strange character on its own. It's into doll play. It dresses itself up like a doll, calls itself an androgyne. Has dolls all over the place in the background. There's some kind of weird doll fetish thing going on there with that entity, self-declared entity that we can't really explain and don't really care to go much further into. It's kind of like self-explanatory. It's a very strange situation. It declared that I look like I'm 70, and that it said It said in a comment, I don't know why it didn't show up. I allowed the comment, but it said, boy, validation, boy. Like, she didn't know who I was, so she went and saw, oh, who's validation boy? Watched my live stream and said, validation boy, you ain't no boy. I'm closer to a boy than you are, is what Venus 14 said. And then I said, you look like you're 70. I feel like I'm 70. I often do. And, you know, I do look pretty good for my age in person. I really do. Trust me. But I don't really resent anyone saying that about me. I don't care about this stuff. I don't care about those vain things and shit, you know. I might have intellectual vanity and intellectual narcissism and shit, but I got plenty of faults in my looks department. Things that probably can never be changed. And it's okay. Life's bigger than that, you know? It's not about vanity. It's not about 10 pounds of fucking makeup and earthworm fucking eyebrows and shit. That's not what life's about. And that's what y'all people are into. All right. And it's almost like the Venus character tries a little bit too hard to be scary, you know, just trying a little bit too hard. And it's a work in progress. I see the channels trying to get success and everything. It's all about vanity. But I have a feeling that, you know, Paradise and Venus want to pretty much, and Lucifer too. I have a feeling they just kind of want to edge out Quasi, take it over for themselves. I think that they got a bigger plan than he does. There might be a little bit of jealousy that comes from that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. These self-declared demons, these proudly self-declared demon entities, they say they're blood thick with each other and that there's no ego in their group. We'll see. It's just when I'm really looking at their interaction with each other there. And I've seen a couple other blood over intent interactions, people and stuff. It's just like a popularity contest when you really think about it in some ways. And well, it started off as a place for all the lonely people to congregate. And then from there, the more parasitic members who had agendas hidden all along, excuse me, I can't fucking get my own words out straight. They have snaked their way into more popular positions. And they've used all the manipulative tactics of the divine feminine and all this stuff to take their climb, you know? And that includes Paradise and Lucifer and Venus and many, many others. Those are just the ones off the top of my head. But those are the ones that seem to be pushed to the forefront. Okay, guys, you know how it is. I got to rest my fucking shoulder over here. My neck is fucking killing me from sitting in this position. But I have to do it to do this show. When I come back, I'll take a look at the chat. We'll talk about the hidden meaning of Sons of Anarchy. And we will conclude the show soon after. Be back soon. All right, my little motherfuck faces. Man, this chat is so fucking dynamic. I could barely handle it. I mean, Validation Boy livestream is the most dynamic chat in all of YouTube, Flat Earth YouTube, you know. And we're not even talking about Flat Earth tonight. We are in a roundabout way, but, you know. This is the first ever no wrench live chat in this entire scene. And everyone is having a good old time. OJ McBaggins has joined us. Chapin Roberts has joined us. The Rusty Lemon Peel Massacre back in '69 has joined us. Man, I mean, Allison has joined us. You know, Allison, big shout out to Allison, who was singing a lot of praise for my work against B.O.I in my little short videos lately. You know, and Allison, all praise to the Father. You know, Jesus Christ did all the blood work. Us real people okay, will ever need. And as long as we accept the fact that Jesus Christ is God, it's God who incarnated himself in the flesh, came here to prove that he's real, died, okay, and ascended. It's not about blood, guts, and gore, you know, and like, I don't know, Star Gods, you know, says, oh, look at all the blood and guts of Jesus and all the violence. Yeah, Mel Gibson might have, you know, emphasized that stuff, but I mean, the blood is symbolic. The blood was spilled, okay? The blood work was done already. All the sacrifices, all that stuff, it was done, okay, for us, okay? And it showed, and as long, it's so simple. If you can accept the fact that Jesus Christ is God, which is all he ever said, that's all he ever wanted from people, okay, is to understand that he is God and that God is real. So that after you die, you're going to go back to God and you're going to have to face God. Okay? He did all that. And by spilling the blood, okay, the blood's symbolic. By him being here and spilling the blood, being in the flesh, that's the point. Do you understand that he's so omnipotent that he can do these things? And did this. Yeah, he's God. He's higher. He created you. He rules you. You need to beg for forgiveness for the wrongdoings that you do. And everyone does wrongdoings. These blood over intent people would have you believe that, you know, do as thou wilt, basically. That's what they want you to do. And not have any guilt. They want to take God's heaven, where God is, strip it down, rip it down. And also they talk about ascending this earth up into heaven at the same time. They just want a mishmash of all of it. You know why? Because they know they're going to hell. And what they want is they want hell to be conjoined to heaven. Okay? They want heaven and hell all combined in one. Because they think they deserve that kind of authority, that kind of power, that kind of experience. They think they deserve that. It's pure vanity. It's pure demonism. It's pure pride and ego. It's pure evil. Okay? You got to submit to the fact that you're not God. And when you do, that's when you're back with God. And what can be better? What can be more peaceful? Nothing. What could be more pleasurable? Nothing. Nothing at all could ever be more pleasurable than that. So you submit to that and do it, you know, authentically, and understand why you're doing it and how it works and why Jesus did what Jesus did and why you can accept that. And, you know, life's that simple. It really is just that simple. And you can openly declare it, you know, in private, just you and God. And your life will be blessed, okay? Your life will be lifted. You will experience the correct things, even if they seem like harsh things at first. Eventually, you'll see the blessings in all things, as long as you do the right thing at all times. And it's not hard. It really is not hard. Once you start doing it and realizing why you're doing the right thing all the time, you begin to wonder how you ever weren't that way. Okay? Humbling yourself before our Creator is paramount to this life. And for you to sit there and act like you're a god and to spill your blood over your intent on paper and evoke some demon or invoke some fucking demon, some fucking entity to come do your biddings, it shows that you're a weakling. It shows that you're a pussy. It shows that you seek some kind of empowerment. You don't even need to be empowered, okay, when you really think about it. God has all the power, really. You can have levels of power in your life, but how much power does one person really fucking need, okay? And for you to want to do this ritual and gain all these benefits that you haven't earned yet, which is a place called heaven, okay? I know Debbie Gibson wants to make heaven a place on earth, but no, you're not allowed to, guys. And it's not going to happen. Trust me, it's just not going to happen. Okay. You guys can bitch and moan and cry and keep bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, spending all your fucking spiritual currency on something that ain't never going to fucking happen. And I hope every single one of you motherfuck faces that fucking are in that fucking cult and are listening to my voice hear this. God condemns you, okay? Until you understand and appreciate that God already did all the blood work you're ever going to need as Jesus Christ, and submit yourself to that and beg for forgiveness for the fact that you thought that you could be God's, okay? And know that you should be all just deleting all your shit off YouTube immediately, really. Until you can do that, you know, you're basically fucked spiritually, karmatically, and all that shit. And by the way, anyone out there that declares themselves some kind of Christian and they believe truly in karma, like truly believe in karma, no. You're misled. Karma's not a thing, okay? There's God's blessings, and there's God's judgment, and there's God's will. And no matter what you can do, or no matter what you think you can do, it's always going to come back and put you right in your place. And especially those who are trying to evoke fucking demons and declare themselves gods and messengers of gods. Okay? You're going to pay the hardest. And after a while, it's like, yeah, we're just doing this out of love. We're kind of just warning you now at this point. I mean, like, we could be angry and shit, but like at this point, you guys are hurting. We see your videos. We see you release the Kraken shit. We see your shit. And you're so tormented, so lost. But at the same time, you guys have such faith. You're so full of intense faith. It's just that you have faith in the worst possible fucking things. And you know it deep down inside. You already know it. You already know it, Lemonhead. You already know it, Lucifer. You guys already fucking know it. Venus, Quasi, Paradise, all you fucks. You already fucking know it. Okay? Fucking, what's the other one that Evil Reflection always talks about? I think Evil Reflection 12 is now the channel to go to if you want to get updates on shape shifting and other things blood over intent related and shit. You know, we got a bleeder. Says one of the former all-time greats of Validation Boy live stream. Yeah, you know, someone's in here talking about virtue signaling. You know, blood over intent is nothing but virtue signaling, okay? And by edifying the divine feminine, what you're doing really is being prejudiced against the divine feminine, okay? Think about this. Everyone knows that when Hillary Clinton and liberals in general try to edify the black people, what they're doing is saying, you black people are so far down there that our big old powerful white asses are the only thing that can lift you up. That's how pathetic you black people are. That's what Hillary and all the liberals have always been saying all along. Okay? That's not what a conservative says. No. That's a liberal, fascist, Nazi, communist thing. Okay? Elevating, you know, people and shit, you know. And there's no reason that those people shouldn't be equal to everybody else. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, that anything like that happened. But for her to come in with the strategy of saying that to those people, you people are basically so pathetic that I'm going to fucking lift you up. Okay, with my white privilege or whatever people want to say. The irony of leftism. See how fucking insane it is? See how insane it is? And that's what feminism is. And feminism has gone so fucking deep and dark now that there's these subcults on the internet that are all about worship of the divine feminine and the fucking gold-plated vagina, the GPV. Okay? And then there's the fact that all these men spend their entire lives white knighting and cucking and shit, you know, for all this. And really, in reality, blood over intent is nothing but a huge, huge white knight, blue-pilled, mangina, cuckboy fest. That's what blood over intent really is. It's a bitch fest. Okay? So you can sit there and say that you're a powerful demon and everyone's going to have to answer to me. Everyone's going to be judged by me. I'll eat the period blood and I'll know that I'm God. And all that shit you want to fucking say. All right? That's all you are. That's all you guys are. His fucking worshipers at the altar of the GPV. And I hope you're proud of yourself. worshiping a false god. You're worshiping the creation. Okay? You live on the flat earth, on your little mother fucking earth, your little Gaia and shit. Okay? You live on that. Well, guess what? Who created that? How'd that get there? How'd that get there? Oh, that's right. It was fucking created by God. Okay? It was created by God. And there's no logical way around that very fact. Okay? That doesn't mean God has to be viewed as male. Okay? But for me, on a spiritual level, I just use it in the male tense. It's God, our Father, our Creator. He came in the form of a man, Jesus Christ. So it's, you know, God, He, you know, and I'm not apologizing for that either. Fuck you guys. Yeah, God created that. So there's a creator and there's a creation. And you guys want to worship the creation. That's right. You do. You want emotional gains. You want popularity. You want to be accepted in your community. All leftist, all feminist things. Okay. All commie shit. All collectivist thing. All hive-minded. All female-brained. Okay. And liberal and all that shit. You guys want to come along with all that? Oh, damn it. Ed Upside Down Head has joined us. Awesome. Twitwit has joined us. Awesome. Level-headed. You're going to be banned. No one gets banned. Lee Harvey Hitler. Wow. Anyways. You guys want to worship at that altar. And it's the material. It's the Mother Earth. That's what I'm getting at, is that it's all material. You want your emotional gains. You want your community gains. You want your material gains. That's why you're spilling your blood and hoping for material gains. You want money, success, power. You want sex. You know, you want these fucking, you want vanity. You want fucking, all these fucking earthly pleasures. Earthly, motherly, the Mother Earth, the material world, the mater, the matrix. Okay, May Day. You know, April flowers bring May flowers. Okay, the Mayflower ship, you know. The Mother Mary, matriarchy, you know? And like I said, okay, we're going to talk about real quick. My woman, you know, she watches back old series and shit, you know, she never got around to finishing them and stuff like that. You know, now that we have the Netflix or whatever. So she's watching the old Sons of Anarchy back. And it's somewhere in the second, third, fourth, I don't know, somewhere in there. I don't fucking know. I never watched the show because it's just dumb. But, you know, and I was looking at it and like something was going on where Jax, the main character, fucking gets his baby taken by some family who adopts them on the black market, but they're actually a good family and all this shit. So he like lets them take his baby basically, and then goes back to his mom, Peggy Bundy, you know, and she's the matriarch of the whole motorcycle club, right? She's the matriarch of that motorcycle club. And Jax basically has to answer to her because he's the vice president. And then his stepdad and his biological mom, Peggy Bundy, you know, are the president and, you know, old lady boss dog of the club power couple. And of course she's like, that's my fucking grandchild. How dare you? We're going right back. And he just has to answer to her. And then, you know, all throughout the series, I've seen like a scene or two here and there on the getting ready to go to work. And she's just like kind of sleeping, watching TV on the couch, whatever crap. And that's playing over the last 2 years or something. There's been times, you know, and I've seen a couple minutes of that show here and there, and I just remember it always comes back to Peggy Bundy fucking ordering these men to fucking kill people and do all this shit, and she's really running everything, and it's all just the GPV. That's all that is, and it's called the Sons of Anarchy. And here's the thing: he's the son of the true powerhead, the Matrix, the matriarch, Peggy Bundy. Okay, who's also, as Peggy Bundy, the true power matrix of, you know, Married with Children. When you really think about it. And it's called Sons of Anarchy. Now, the thing is that in our modern society, the ignorance of modern man, they conflate anarchy with chaos. Now, anarchy and chaos are not the same thing, but the anarchy that's implied in the title of that show is they're referring to chaos. So these are all the sons of chaos. And what is it? She's the matriarch, and they're all her sons, and she is the divine feminine. And what does the divine feminine do? Brings anarchy and chaos. And in the end, spoiler alert, everyone fucking dies or kills themselves or just fucking shanks each other to death. They all fucking die. It's a big fucking bloodbath of sacrifice and shit. And it's all because of the fucking matriarch and her fucking vanity. And all the sons of chaos, all the sons of the matriarch, the matrix, the divine, so-called divine fucking feminine, all get obliterated with fucking, because of their materialistic fucking bullshit and their pride and their little GPV powers of popping out the babies and all that fucking shit. It all comes back to the manipulation of the GPV. And that's why I say the hidden gynocracy is truly the granddaddy conspiracy of all times at this point, as far as we know so fucking far. Okay, there could be a higher entities that are forcing that whole thing upon us. But for some reason, there's a cult out here that's heavily crossing over between worship of the Baphomet, okay, which is androgynous, tranified entity, okay, and other things like planets that are closely related to such entities, such as Venus and Lucifer, and, you know, calling themselves things like paradise and talking about black hole suns and shit like that, and fucking all this 60s guru shit. We're getting all that, and it's all intertwining into this GPV, you know, shit. And it's like, you guys got to clear your head. The globe, okay, is Gaia. The flat earth is not Gaia. Okay, so you can have your Gaia, because Gaia is a lie. Gaia is a false god that doesn't exist. It's a globe. It's the pregnant, it represents the pregnant belly of Gaia, the fertile pregnant belly of the Mother Earth goddess. Okay, and so there should be no flat earth talk concerning anything about anything fucking divine feminine whatsoever. Okay, and this is not to trash females, but for females to go 80-20 on men socially and economically, as they have done now. Over empowerment, okay, enslavement, devaluing the male, okay, total devaluement of the male. Not this 50-50 shit that they're saying, that they're claiming. This blood over intent group is claiming. No. They want worship of the divine feminine. And see, it's all sign of the times of our communist, fascist, liberalist, fucking new world order, satanic, all things evil, all things harmful, all things bad, all things conspiratorial, all things hoax worthy, all things fucking demonic, all things fucking rotten and soulless and evil and hurtful. All those things, all those commie, satanic, fuckbag, bitch boy, cunt ass, fucking cuck shit, fuck things, all jumbled up into one. And that's where this is all headed. Same with veganism. Throw veganism in there too. Fuck it. And I guess I got to be a little bit of a prophet and just warn everybody. This is bigger than flat earth now. These fucks are trying to take over. Humble yourself before God, Jesus Christ, our creator, our father. Denounce, rebuke all things demonic. Denounce and rebuke Satan. Okay? Give praise to the Father. Be strong. Understand where all true power really comes from and why it comes from there and why you need to humble yourself and do the right thing. Okay, and why you definitely do not need to be fucking spilling your blood for 100% selfish, not selfless, 100% selfish, egotistical, fucking ego-driven fucking motives. Okay, you know better. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Much love to all my loyal listeners. Shout out to John LeBon, says Twitwit. Haha, exactly. She knew where I was going with that. It's the hidden gynocracy is the true top of John LeBon's hoax hierarchy pyramid. Spoiler. All right. This has been Validation Boy live stream, June 25th, 2018.